understand some of your approach. I mean, sometimes we take a hard bite. It helps us as politicians.
Nowadays, when I listen to you, I even panic.
Why?
Maybe, hey,
Why do you panic?
the way you, Papa, you know Papa.
Figuratively, he bites as hard as he can.
Okay.
And of course, when he puts his fangs into you, you certainly feel it. I think it pretty
Watch Johnny's bite.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? And yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil. My cup runneth over, and surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever and ever. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. It's Friday. Welcome to Johnny's Bite. Juma Mubarak to all our Muslim brothers and sisters. And when you pray, pray for Ghana. And to all the Christian clerics out there, continue praying for Ghana. Because as everybody agrees, and even our government and its members have said, Ghana is in dire straits. It's been a long time since I heard anybody talk about the COVID, Russia, and Ukraine. Not so long ago, COVID, Russia, and Ukraine was the cause of all the problems in Ghana. COVID, Russia, Ukraine. COVID, Russia, Ukraine. In the past, when you asked about the economic situation, the answer you got was free SHS. In the past, when you asked about security, it was free SHS. In the past, when you asked about culture of silence, it was free SHS. In the past, when you asked about the cost of living or cost of rent, it was free SHS. Every single question that Ghanaians raised as citizens, not spectators, the answer was free SHS. That because we have done free SHS, we should. Now, the professors at the University of Ghana, Legon, some of them are beginning to speak up and to say that over 80% of the students you send to them, they have grade A in mathematics, but they cannot solve simple mathematical equations. Listen carefully. The professors are advising. I've stood here and told you before that me, as a guest lecturer, sometimes you listen to some of the English that is being spoken, or you look at some of the calculations that have been made, and you ask yourself, did these people really have the rudimentary training? Because all we are interested in is about the numbers, how many we have been able to put through school, not the quality. Today, pick somebody who had middle school living or who had a middle school living certificate, and then ask yourself whether that person and the person who went through free SHS can stand neck to neck. I have stood here and said free SHS is a good policy. But in a country where lawyers who are ministers, in a country where a lawyer who is a president, in a country where very well-educated people are able to look the people in the face and tell them that a review of a policy means cancellation, they will find it hard to do any of such things. And I've told you that if you politicize education, you politicize your health, you politicize your agric, you politicize your economy, and you politicize your security, you'll be in trouble. Unfortunately, we have politicized all of that. That is why Dan Parry, with all the police force that is showing at the courts, on the demonstration grounds, wherever it is, he has. I showed you policemen who were begging for their lives at the Galamsey site. They were at the mercy of Galamseyers. What we are doing now, and we know how sometimes trotro mates and trotro drivers team up to beat up police MTTD people, and I have condemned it here. What you are doing now, if the people think that, the people get the impression that the police are their oppressors and that the police is not their friend, when they see a policeman being molested, they will walk past the person. Why should I save you to come and oppress me? It's a question that the Gen Zs, the same Gen Zs that Dr. Baumia is appealing to, the same Gen Zs that John Mahama is appealing to, Cheddar, all of them, the same Gen Zs that they are appealing to, they are asking those questions on Twitter. That if you tell me that the police is my friend, and yet I go out to demonstrate and the police does not treat me like a friend, and the police comes to attack me, and the police picks me up, and the police doesn't let me see my family and my friends and my lawyers, and the police keeps me away, and the only time they get to see me is when I'm arraigned before court, and even when my relatives are calling out to me, the police, as an ACP tells me to shut up. When next I see a policeman being beaten or molested, I will keep quiet and walk past because he is not my friend. She's not my friend. And we all know how baked people have been put into the services, from police to immigrations to prisons to fire service to even the military. We know. I have stood here and told you how people have been giving training less than the required periods that they are supposed to have training. I've told you. I've showed you videos. I didn't just do what I can't say Bosremuka. No, I told you. I showed you videos. Party police people. So we are getting to a place where if we don't take care, we will be in trouble. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo demonstrated under General Ignatius Kutu Echampong. He was a military leader. He was not just another leader, he was a military leader. In fact, the only leader Ghana has had who never took us to the IMF. The only leader that Ghana has had who never ever took us to the IMF. The only leader that Ghana has had who made sure we had so much to eat that we were able to export some. Not this Matra free planting for food and jobs, the shambolic one that we are doing. We have wasted all the money and yet we import every single food that we eat into this country. Not those shambolic ones, the shambolic ones. General Chambon had Operation Feed Yourself and Operation Feed Your Industries. Can you say that is planting for food and jobs and what you call it, one district, one factory? He demonstrated against the military leadership. Jerry Rawlings, PNDC, he demonstrated. Who arrested Nana Addo? Who? Tell me who arrested Nana Addo? He has no principles. The principles that he fooled all of us to believe that he had. He has no principles. Where's Cheda's video? He's wearing a video that he's wearing some brown pants with some blue-black blazer. Find that video for me, please. Play the video for me.
But I've been following in the past 2 days the activities and the events that has transpired in the country. And I must say, it's very encouraging. I'm extremely proud of the new Ghana for demonstrating courage. This is what we've been waiting for us to be able to stand up as one people, as one country, as one nation, and let our voices be heard. 92.7. You have my support, and I stand with you, Ghana. And remember, the people make the government don't make the government.
This was Cheddar when Occupy Jubilee House Part 1 happened. He was out of the country, but he said he was with the people. Listen to him on Occupy Jubilee House Part 2. Listen to him.
Well, first of all, let me use this to correct the situation right now about my last video that I issued about not supporting violence. And I still stand on that, and I mean that. Now, why don't I support the youth for protesting? It's because I want peace in the country. If the youth of this country and the people of this nation have held it down for 32 years to 40 years of understanding politics and whatever encumbrances, crisis, issues that it brings, and they've managed to survive, then why would they want to use violence now to send a message and say that they've had enough? Well, let me tell you people something that you might not know. All of these protests and demonstrations that has happened in this country in the past year or two were organized by one of the duopoly. It's the same politicians, and I said it. I'm not going to mention names, but you know that Jolobi and Fix the Country was fixed by one of the existing parties. We cannot do this to ourselves and destroy our own country because of a politician's personal interest or a party's interest. Please, Ghana, do your research. The people in front of all these demonstrations, some of them have treason charges. Find out who sponsored them for the mobilizations and all the things that happen. Do your research. This is not about Galamsey. This is about a political interest.
That's Nana Kwame Bediako. He wants to be president of the republic. So I played for you what he said outside the country, Occupy Jubilee House Part 1. What he's saying now, Occupy Jubilee House Part 2. The question that must be asked is, he says, well, people have interest. And usually that's what you hear when you raise cogent questions. People say, oh, you have an interest, fine. Ask the people who asked that question, what is your interest? Ask them what their interest is. The interest of the demonstrators is that we must stop Galamsey now. So the people who are preventing the demonstration from happening, the people who are frustrating the people who are humiliating them, the people who are pressing them down, as the Rasta men will say, down presser man. The people who are trying to put impediments in their way, the people who are trying to put a spanner in their works. What is their interest? Ask them. And you see, I like Cheddar for one thing. He saw the Galamsey water come up. Show me that picture. He saw the Galamsey water coming up. He, together with the Minister for Communication, Esla Osukufu, he, together with the former Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture, we still haven't forgotten about the Afrima money. We will ask questions about the Afrima money. Good morning to you, Madam Katrina Feku. So, on the left is Madam Esla Osukufu. There's another gentleman in between. The man in the middle is Nana Kwabi Bediaku Cheddar. And then the lady in orange is our own former Minister for Tourism, Arts and Culture, Katrina Feku, with some children. This was in Zimaland. They went to Kwame Nkrumah's, facility, the mausoleum there. They went to chill out. But at the time, in 2022 or so, this was what the water was becoming. I'm sure that they saw it, but nobody really paid attention to it. This is what the protesters were out there on the street fighting. So when people come to you and tell you that you have an interest and you are sponsored by somebody and you are asking, ask them what their interest is. Gen Z, ask them the question. Because you are the ones that everybody is trying to play with your minds to say, decide on this and decide. Ask them what their interest is. Watch this policeman and how he behaved. Watch him.
Glenn, so you spoke about not being able to sleep comfortably. You were kneeling down.
On Tuesday, I went to the place. I had to stand from 11 a.m. to 6 a.m. Go back. That's what back when I couldn't stand before.
Okay. But I am back.
Go back.
Back where? Please don't push me. I am back. But I am back. Hey, please don't push me. Don't touch me again next time. Don't push me. Don't touch me. You asked me to go back. I went back. Don't touch me. Please. Next time, don't touch me.
Spread it out. Big party. We are fighting. We are fighting for good water. All of us cannot buy water. Some of us cannot buy foreign water. We can't buy imported water. We are not fighting water. We are here. We are fighting imported water. They cannot intimidate us. That's why we are fighting for our country. The Galamsey side are free. You are telling innocent people.
You saw the policeman, party policeman. The people are back. The suspects can't even speak to the media. They have not been convicted though. They are presumed innocent until proven guilty. That's our jurisprudence. They are innocent until proven proven guilty. They are innocent until proven guilty. That's the jurisprudence. The policeman, party policeman recruited. Dan Parry told us when everybody was, I said, he wants to change the image that the police service has. What has changed since Dan Parry got in? Call him and ask him, put him in the center. Apart from buying Kofi Brookman and the rest and taking photo opportunities and inviting, social media and influencers and all of that to come and meet. What exactly has changed about the police service? Ask Dan Parry. The people who have been picked up cannot even speak to journalists. The lady they were pushing was a journalist. They can't even speak to them. They're treating them like terrorists. What are they asking for? That we have clean water. And you know what? The sad part of the conversation is that since Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo came to power, no protester, no civil society organization, they have not had the opportunity to go to the presidency to say, this is our petition. We want to present it to our president. Tax-paying citizens of the Republic of Ghana, they can't do it. Yet we allow a jailbird, somebody who was wearing PE pants, He went to our Jubilee House to sing vulgar lyrics at the instance of the president's daughter. The president himself said that she insisted that you speak to McMill. McMill doesn't pay his taxes to us, not a Ghanaian citizen. But he sat with our president and the president's executive secretary and other dignitaries at the presidency who are fed fat on our taxes. Our taxes buy Nanado's white chair that he carries around in a V8. This is McMill. Listen to him. He sat in front of our president and spoke to him about weed, in Tampe. Listen.
My friends, $20 in my pocket. I had 2 bags of marijuana in my pocket. I never really believed in selling crack. And my friends really started hanging out with each other, and I got to know him. I scaled him because I don't know any powerful, successful white men. I never had. I asked him one day because I knew he was extremely powerful from me viewing him, and I asked him, I said, could you come to court with me? He came in the back and told me that he wouldn't leave me back there. He swore to get these type of people supporting him. $20 in my pocket. I had 2 bags of marijuana in my pocket. I never really believed in selling crack. And my friends really started hanging out with each other, and I got to know him. I scaled him because I don't know any powerful, successful white men. I never had. I asked him one day because I knew he was extremely powerful from me viewing him, and I asked him, I said, could you come to court with me?
The man is sitting in front of our president. He's talking to him about in Tampe. Do you know how Kwakese was arrested in Ashanti region, under Kofi Boache? He's sitting in front of our president telling him that, oh, I had 2 bags of weed in my pocket. Nana Santi Bedietu is there. He's also a lawyer. The citizens who pay taxes to make sure that the Jubilee House is up and running, that Nanado can get on a private jet or whatever it is and go to the UN General Assembly in New York to go and tell them lies that he told them about us. The people who pay the taxes to make sure that they have the long convoys, the people who pay the taxes to ensure that they eat well, the people who pay the taxes to make sure that when they are ill, they don't go to Kolebu, they fly out. The people who make sure that their children are comfortable and they will get contracts, spare parts contracts and etc. Even where the companies don't exist. The people who pay the taxes to ensure that we'll have a long stream of presidential staffers who do next to nothing, only to attack people on social media. The people who make sure that taxes are paid. They cannot speak to their president. They cannot approach their president. They cannot have an opportunity to meet with their president. But somebody who sits in front of the president wears a PE pant, Plonto Lang Lang, and a singlet, sweatshirt, is able to even record a vulgar video at the Jubilee House with the lectern of the office of the president. There are a long queue of investors. Kennedy Ajapong himself, who now follows Baumia, said that people are asked to pay gate fee. A white man came to say that he was asked to pay $20,000 before he could get access to the presidency. People who are bringing foreign direct investment into the country. McMill, jailbird. He was able to sit in front of our president, and he said this himself. He has access to our president. He doesn't pay taxes. He doesn't owe any allegiance to us. The people who the president said, I will make sure that you are citizens, not spectators. They don't have access to their own president. What kind of a president is this? This one will be president. This one will be president. If you are president over me and I can't have access to you, but somebody who is not president over, or somebody you are not president over can have access to you, what kind of a president are you? Now, the vandals at University of Ghana, Legon, those at UCC, the custodians, the Katangis, Okpo mates, they are all coming together. They say they want to have a naked demonstration in support that you free the citizens. And I'm asking, Nanado demonstrated against military leaders in this country. Jobless young people on Snapchat that you promised jobs, they are joining. The Napconians that you have refused to speak about, that you owe money, they are joining. The charade you are doing at the Independence Square, trying to give people machines, single machines, FITA starter packs and all of that. People know. Speak to the officers who are doing the training. They will tell you they themselves, from the deepest depth of their heart, they are not happy. Forget me. My father was a security man. I have connection in the security. I know. They will tell you that they are not happy. But if the master say make I do, so they will do. What kind of a country are we building? What kind of a legacy are we leaving, Mr. President Otutu Brofo? Ghana has gold, Ghana has bauxite, Ghana has diamond, and Ghana has Akufo-Addo cocoa tea. If you like, call it groundnut soup. The galamsey water is a Akufo-Addo cocoa drink. Please call me 055-924-2717 and 055-691-0154. But first, I'll go for a quick break. When I return from the break, I'll listen to you.
TSC and her replica. Long time. How may I help you?
Auntie Amma, our course has gained admission to the university, but the money